I'm with Janine from Life is a Beach, and we're in the Kamberg Mountains with Nadia Moritz, and just come to see what Qambathi is all about, and I see you in the middle of a wedding.
We are, yes, indeed. Qambathi is a small boutique lodge in the Kamberg at the foothills of the Drakensberg. So we do anything from sort of normal guests coming through to micro weddings, elopements, horsemanship retreats, yoga retreats, anything sort of that you can imagine, really.
Imagine. How many people do you can stay in the lodge at one time?
So we sleep 10. So we've got 3 garden suites. So they're standalone buildings outside with beautiful private decks and hanging chairs overlooking the gardens and the mountains. And then we have 2 rooms inside of the main buildings as well.
So in terms of your guests and doing a micro wedding, do people drive up for the wedding day and drive back, or do they stay over?
So we normally hire out for 2 nights. So our weddings are generally 2 nights. Sorry about the background noise.
It all works with it. It means that we're sitting on your front porch.
So majority of the bridal party normally stay on site. Our micro weddings, we try to get the numbers down to 10, just so that the entire party can stay and actually enjoy the place for the full 2 days. But we can go up to 20, and there's a lot of beautiful self-catering accommodations nearby where the additional guests can stay.
But that's so cool. And you're not that far off the beaten track, because I noticed when we drove down, you're on the Kamberg Road, about 20 kilometers, 40 kilometers down the Kamberg Road, or Rosetta?
Yeah, about 30 from Rosetta, about 40 from Notties.
From Notting Road.
Yeah.
And in terms of your general market, have you found the domestic market to be quite starting to visit local places?
Our local guests have been very, very good to us. So what we specialize in is honeymoons, romantic getaways. We are an adults-only lodge, so it's mainly couples that is our market. There's lots of accommodation nearby that cater for families and children, so we thought we'll try and do something different, and that's really paid off for us. So we do the romantic packages very, very well. We love to spoil our guests, and we've had lots of fantastic feedback.
In terms of have you always lived in this area, or was it something that you guys decided to do when you got married?
No.
Do you come from this area?
No, I'm actually from Poland. It's Stephen, that's the South African entity here. We've lived in UK together for about 13 years, but it was never really home. So I think it was one of our holidays that we went to South Africa. We were in actually Qambathi Game Reserve, and we were on one of the morning game drives, and I kind of looked at Stephen and I said, what on earth are we still doing in the UK? This could be on our doorstep. And it took us about 4 years to find the right place, because we knew we wanted to do hospitality and we wanted to do something for ourselves. We didn't want to go back into the corporate world, because we're both from corporate backgrounds. So it's been a whirlwind ever since.
And how long have you been here?
We bought in January 2019, and we moved and started running the lodge in April 2019.
Wow, so you really, really new. And
we were a year before COVID.
I was going to say, you just skidded into COVID.
We literally did, yes.
So you had this big house all to yourself.
That's it. So we had to think on our feet very, very quickly.
Wow. And of course, I see you've got quite a lot of animals around here as well. Did they come with the farm when you bought it, or did you start collecting them?
We kind of started collecting. When we moved, we only had 2 of our little dogs, and I kind of thought, well, there's the piece of land, there is space, let's just take. I know, I'm joking. There was a herd of sort of semi-wild horses on the property that belonged to our neighbours, who sort of come here once in a while for weekends, and we decided to buy the herd off them, because there used to be a huge trail place in the area that closed up, and the owners moved to Australia. So we thought, well, let's fill a gap in the market. And 2 years on, we've partnered with the fantastic guy called Gareth Murray from Heartfelt Horsemanship. So we now have a herd of about 20. We're doing small-scale exclusive Appaloosa breeding. So all of our horses are registered Appaloosas. And we run clinics and horsemanship retreats. The lady you've just seen on a horse in the Scottish skirt is Erin. She's one of our volunteers. She's doing her apprenticeship in natural horsemanship with us. So that's also really taken off.
That's really exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to fix the road at any time?
We'd love to. But it's not a problem if you're on horseback.
We were driving up here and I was thinking, because we used to live in the Kamberg just down the road here. And it was 20 years ago. And as we were driving up, I don't remember this road being so bad. You know, with the potholes. But I'm glad to see people are starting to fill it with sand. I've noticed a
Correct,
few of them
yes.
starting to
All the
fill
farmers are filling, and they do say that the worst roads lead to the best places.
Is that the story it is to you?
That's what we tell our guests anyway.
But it's really a beautiful setting that you have here.
Thank you so much.
And was it just something that you decided to start a venue? Or, you know, I know that you wanted to go into hospitality and do it on your own, but was the size right for you?
The size was right. We wanted to do something small and boutique, so we didn't actually want to go above 10 guests. For us, it's very important that when guests come here, they feel like part of the family, that we know their names and we know a little bit about them, and we've got the time to get to know them and do things that make them feel special. Whereas when you're running the larger numbers, we felt we couldn't give that personalised service.
No, you definitely can't, and that's such a nice touch.
Yeah.
So well done to you.
Thank you.
And do you have children of your own?
Yes, we've got a little one called Maya. She's now 15 months.
Oh my goodness.
So she's got a time of her life growing up in this place.
I was going to say, she just must absolutely love the chickens. I see there's a chicken over there.
Yes.
Chickens and horses, and I see you've got some zebra.
Yes, so
Did
we've
they
got.
come with the horses?
The zebra came with the farm. When we actually bought the place, we bought it as a part of a nature reserve. So Qambathi has also been proclaimed as a small nature reserve.
Wow.
We bought it directly onto Highmoor, and we've got wildlife, bushbuck, we've got Orubi, we've got blessbuck, and quite a few number of plains game.
And I guess you really miss Poland.
No, not really. Actually, when you can wear just a jersey in winter, you really don't miss Europe.
And I think certainly now with lockdown and whatever, you must be really sort of pleased to be in the open.
We were
because you've got such an open area.
We were so blessed and grateful in the first sort of bouts of lockdown, where we thought, gosh, I don't know how people in the flats in the cities are doing it. We had 400 hectares to go and hike and roam around, and it was hard work because you still have to get up and feed the horses and the chickens and everything else that comes with it, and there's no staff on the property.
Wow.
So everything was down to us. But
I think one of the things that we noticed when we drove in was just such a beautiful, because you're nestled in the mountains as well.
Indeed.
And I know when a lot of people went into lockdown, they were, especially in complexes, they wouldn't allow people in or out. And we live on a farm, and we were just so blessed that we were living on a farm and we could really look out onto the gardens and go for walks.
Absolutely. And I think once you live on a farm, you never really, I don't know if you could ever go back to living in a city.
No,
you just don't get that
think
freedom.
so. And I think with you, it's you know, having the domestic market now right on your doorstep, it's been awesome for you because you haven't had to rely on an international market that's no longer arriving.
Correct. Yes.
Whereas the domestic market is now starting to look local and saying, where can we rather do it here?
Yes,
Let's rather
absolutely.
Get over here. Let's rather do something. And your numbers, because of weddings and guests being smaller, it's perfect for you.
Absolutely, yes. Which is why I think we fill a nice gap in the market for those small little getaways and small little boutique places. We've had also lots of friends and family sort of celebrating 50th birthdays or 30th birthdays and booking us out exclusively, and then we bespoke
really
everything.
helps,
Yeah.
So well done. So tell me, how
Thank
do we
you.
get hold of you?
So majority of our information's on our website. It's www.qambathi.com.
You have to spell it though.
It's QAM. And you're supposed to say it with a click, but my Zulu's still up and coming. So Qambathi is QAMBATHI. And then all of our major updates, all of the sort of the day-to-day things are all on Instagram and our Facebook page as well.
Oh, but that's awesome. Thank you so much. And it's been
Thank
lovely.
you. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much.
I'm Janine from Life in the Beach in the Kamberg.